minutes. We've got the tech person trying to get it all sorted. We've got another speaker here. Okay, just like to welcome our next speaker, who is Jane Smith. Jane is Deputy Leader of the Animal Welfare Party. Please give her a warm welcome.
Thank you. Can everyone hear okay? Yeah. Okay. So we've heard in the UK alone, millions of non-human animals used in research every year, whether that's medical research, so-called defence, or testing any number of consumer products. This is a trade that has to end, doesn't it? Because it's morally unacceptable. And many scientists have thought so too. Albert Einstein said, "Our task must be to widen our circle of compassion to embrace all living creatures." Einstein felt strongly, like many others, that scientific advancement should not be at the expense of other animals' lives brought about through their exploitation for so-called science. So we're here today to acknowledge the suffering of all those animals used in research, but we also acknowledge that animals in laboratories do resist every day, and they fight back every day despite facing impossible odds. It's just that we can't get to hear about it. We're here to challenge animal testing, and let's not forget all its orbital industries, the breeders, the transporters, the insurers, the contract vets paid by the labs, and more. Because other animals have a right to be in and of themselves, don't they? They're not ours to do things to, whether that's farming them for their meat or their milk or their skin, whether that's racing them or hunting them for sport, or indeed testing products on them or experimenting on them in the name of science. In every case, exploiting them is wrong, and we need to keep speaking out against all animal abuse, including animal testing in every single scenario.
What do we want? Animal liberation!
Animals are sentient individuals situated within their own lives, with their own agency, and with their own rights, whether those rights are recognised by human law yet or not. And in a sense, as moral people, we have to act ahead of the just laws that we hope will come to be. For the past few years, we've been running a campaign against Manchester Airport's regular cargoes of endangered live macaque monkeys flown into the UK for animal testing labs nationwide. Shame indeed. The campaign is gaining ground, and we now have the first of the airport's shareholder councils on our side. Bravo, Stockport Council. Yeah. Now we need all the others. But Manchester Airport Group PLC's official stance is still that flying endangered live animals into the country for vivisection is not illegal, and therefore they won't act on it. Well, you said it. In fact, they've told us that they don't want to get involved in, and I quote, ethical issues. Wow! Nice. The law, as it stands, maintains the right, doesn't it, for corporations to profit at the expense of life. It allows for very deeply embedded structural and economic violence, of which animal experiments at the service of human profit are a part. The law currently allows the torture of captive sentient beings to help bring new consumer products to market, while the law prosecutes and sometimes imprisons people who seek to free them. What a world. But this won't always be the case. One day, animal sentience will indeed be enshrined in our laws, and it will be thanks to people like you. Yeah, people like you, that's right. Until then, we need to keep fighting animal testing, and we will end it one day, but only if we keep speaking up loudly and eloquently for our fellow animals and their rights. Together, we can, in fact we are, through our animal rights movement, creating a philosophical and political space that will end animal abuse, including animal experiments, just as the political space once had to be created to help end, for example, transatlantic human slavery, another disgusting trade that this great city of Liverpool sadly knows all about. Liverpool has been making great strides in coming to terms with the horror and legacy of human slavery. And as a nation, we're collectively going through a long overdue period of reckoning where we re-examine and reassess our history, calling out the most shameful practices from the past. Today, though, we're gathered here to call out a shameful practice of the present. Animal testing is part of the still mainstream speciesist agenda that says that other animals are ours to exploit. But this is a false dominion. In common with other forms of slavery, animal testing is kept quiet, very deliberately. The public are shocked when we hear about it, and it's hugely profitable to a wide range of orbital industries. And our task, learning lessons from the invaluable playbooks left to us by generations of activists from other movements that came before us, it's to consign vivisection to the dustbin of history where it belongs. Thank you to all of you for coming here today. I think the strongest people in the world are those who see a better, fairer future and who work tirelessly in the present to make the changes that are needed to bring that new world into being. The energy needed for that daunting task is really astonishing, but this movement has it. I'm proud to share a platform today with people like Mikey and people like Mel Broughton. Yeah. People whose shoulders so many activists, present and future, will be standing upon. And I also want to honour those who work unnamed, those who in fact take the biggest risks of all, the whistleblowers, the undercover investigators, the liberators. We can't do our vital work of public awareness raising without their courage and their commitment doing what they do. Yeah. Together, through our compassionate energy and the huge inherited energy of all those activists who came before us, we will bring a day when no animal of any species is held captive in a research lab. So we say today to every animal still imprisoned in a laboratory, we're coming. Thank you.
Thank you to Jane and Mikey. So we're going to set off again. We've got a couple of more speakers en route. That's not all our speakers yet. How